of Gyan Ganga Words of Wisdom on our Virat Hindustan Sangam social media channels. We thank our viewers across the globe for the support we get week after week. Today we are with Dr. Subramanian Swamy discussing a very important subject, the Epstein files, revelations, and Modi's inaction and its fallout. So for the next 30 to 40 minutes with our panel and Dr. Subramanian Swamy, we will be discussing this very important subject, which is of interest not only in India but across the globe and in many capitals in various countries. So with these words, it is over to Dr. Subramanian Swamy to initiate today's discussion on this very important subject. Over to Dr. Swamy.
Yeah. Thank you, Jagdish. The matter today is where and how the Indian top authorities are entangled in the main issue, which has been of the Epstein scandal. The Jeffrey Epstein, he had many countries in his hands, but for India, he had a very wide interaction, and none of this has come out so far. And this is a big surprise that such a scandalous thing that happened should have been just sort of suppressed by our media at the press, at the focus of the government. These kinds of nonsensical things where women have been bruised, and that has happened in Goa in when Amit Shah and Modi were in their own states, and in that states, women had to, some of them had to leave the country and run away. So but these never got material support. Very widespread, and so the Epstein had exposed the depravity of the society, of the high and powerful. And today we are, for the first time on our Gyan Ganga, we are bringing out the implications for India. India has been so far way some of the ministers and the Prime Minister's office, they have been trying to block anyone coming to know the truth. But the truth must be told. Now, what has emerged is that the bonding between the political, corporates, financial institutions, the wealthy people, and the socially influential have come together to create this disgusting level of exploitation of women, especially women who are even under the age of 14. And we have seen this in the United States, we have seen, but in India, this was all kept separate and it was kept secret. Of course, in Gujarat, we knew something was happening, but Kuren Pandya, who was trying to work on it, he got killed. And so all kinds of things have happened in Gujarat, but they have not made the media. And today we are trying to see that the truth is brought out. So the question that has emerged, the bonding is of political power, then corporates, financial institutions, the wealthy and socially influential people coming together. In India, you know that Ambani's one brother, who has always been in a terrible in all matters of business, unlike his other brother, who is serious in his work. So therefore, or Adani, or all these people, all kinds of people have come out and have got into all these corporates and financial institutions and so on and so forth, and we have to bring it all out. The most debated is the convicted sex offender who happen to be below the age of 18, and pedophiles who have come into it. And this is going to make our society a rotten society. We cannot allow it. So therefore, we are taking the Grand Gyan Ganga to bring it to the fore of the public, and we'll have many more. I'm telling you, we'll have many more revelations about the so-called Modi inaction. There's no inaction. He has actually used that Sadaji minister to
Hardeep
see
Puri,
that.
Dr. Swamy. Hardeep
Yes.
Puri. Hardeep Puri, right?
That was but the Sikhs are the ones who are very upset with this, so that's why I'm putting emphasis on Sikhs. But the Hardeep Puri has been earlier on in the United Nations on behalf of India. That can be possible to bring out people and bring them under the influence of this crowd. So now the high officials of the rich nations such as the USA should be punished, of course, and jailed and socially isolated, but they should be equally in the same way. All these, it's not only Mr. It's also the officials who have connived in it, who have kept quiet in it. They all have to be done. I have to have a very. Today is an introduction. Tomorrow we'll take it all bits. Next time we'll take it on bits and pieces. So what I want to say is that the high officials of the rich nations, such as the USA, should have been punished, jailed, and socially isolated. Are in fact creating problem for the whole world as far as democracy is concerned. So therefore, we have to take it ourselves. You can't rely now on the United States to help us in these matters with this filth that they are kind of. Just that we in our country take it as a issue and take it forward by many more such Gyan Gangas to see that the truth truly comes out and we do not hide what has happened, horrible thing that's happened in in the United States and other places. The revelations should be immediately brought about in the media, and that's why we are today taking this issue. And I hope that the matter will be taken forward. So therefore, over to you, Jagdish, and my other colleagues.
Thank you, Dr. Swamy. We have with us Mr. Ramesh from the United States, and he has been following the news and electronic media and the print media. So, Rameshji, what further inputs can you give our viewers in India about what's happening in the US on this very important next question? After that, Arvind Chaturvedi also will be joining us. Something more.
Yes, sir. So, Dr. Swamy, thank you. It is an open and shut. This brings to a very important 2008.
Yeah.
2008.
Yes.
In 2008, he was convicted of sex crimes, pedophilia, and all those things in Florida. And he was sentenced. He had a plea bargain, whatnot. He was sentenced, and he served jail time for almost a year and plus. But why? What brings this thing is Hardeep Puri, as per records, as far as we have, the first time, or at least from what we can show, that the evidence that has been put out so far, had contacted Epstein somewhere around 2014, Dr. Swamy, in June. So that is when his slow. I mean, we can see that we can see that he has started the contact in somewhere around June 2014, conveniently. The reason why June 2014, all know as to why this is very significant. Okay, Hardeep Puri was in the UN Secretary General, UN India's ambassador, and he was also part of the UN. He was our India's representative on the UN Security Council also. He had considerable push and pull with the then government, with the UPA government. It was there before. Suddenly, he turned saffron for certain reasons. On 2014 in June, he turned saffron. He became a Modi Bhakt. He got transformed to a Modi Bhakt in somewhere around June. But after that, Dr. Swamy, he has been consistently in touch with Epstein. He has even commented, which we showed the last time when we had this program on, the first week of February, is he also kind of laughed that, Epstein had exotic island and even asked him to go have some fun. I'm sure you're going to have a lot more fun. Not that you need my encouragement. Why would Hardeep Puri, who's the current minister, have any relations back then with a convicted sex offender? And this continued till 2016, Dr. Swamy, as per records, because that's how much the records have been revealed. Because Epstein was convicted again and he died in 2019 is what this has been revealed. He has been in constant touch with Epstein, trying to meet him multiple times. He, in fact, set up a meeting between Epstein and Modi in New Delhi. So how did that come to play? I mean, don't you think that Modi and his internal intelligence is whatever people would have briefed him saying that you cannot meet a convicted sex offender like Epstein, and that too in an official capacity? Why are you? That is a shameful act. For a prime minister to meet a convicted sex offender at that point in time, very much so, and a great meeting with Modi and whatnot. Either there are enough emails to prove. We have already shown that there is some discussion. And to your point, Dr. Swamy, you're right. The mainstream media in India has completely buried this whole thing. In fact, some of them are saying that Hardeep Puri dealt with Epstein on a professional basis because he was a power broker. What? He was a convicted sex offender. So just because it's convenient for you to do a power broking deal, you don't care about young children and getting raped by these people? Whether you had a relationship, that is besides the point. But you cannot associate yourself with a convicted felon like Epstein. That's a basic point, that it's not as though Hardeep Puri was not aware of it. He's trying to dance around it, Dr. Swamy, but the fact is a fact. He knew Epstein was a convicted sex offender. He, in fact, even congratulated or kind of, what do I say, encouraged, laughed off, saying that you must have had fun in your island, in your exotic island. Which is absolutely shameful, and as you described earlier, depravity to the lowest order possible. Raping 13 and 14-year-olds and having fun. Go and say have fun. That is in itself enough grounds for Modi should have sacked him right then and there. He has not so far. Like, why can't Modi take an example of what they did to Prince Andrew, where they stripped him of his title, threw him out of the palace, and then arrested him? Now, all I'm asking is, I'm not expecting them to arrest Hardeep Puri, but the government should disassociate itself, because it is a bad name, because globally, it is now known that Modi has a minister in his cabinet who had a kind of business relationship, whatever you want to call it, with Jeffrey Epstein. That in itself is a very bad example. I think Hardeep Puri, being a man or whatnot, he himself should say, you know what, I understand this is it. For the better, larger cause, for the betterment of the party, because the party comes into play, the government and the party, I'm resigning. Whatever happened has happened, but I will resign. And if there is an inquiry, which I feel the parliament useless and toothless bunch of jokers, they are not going to do anything. They'll have to do dharna and boycott the parliament. They're not going to have a civil debate over this. So that he knows that too. But I think he should take some responsibility and say, you know what, I am going to resign because my name is surfaced. For all practical reasons, whether it's right or wrong, I had in touch with Epstein after I knew that he was a convicted sex offender, and made him meet Modi, the Prime Minister of India, which is shocking. There is one more revelation that has come out in the past few days, Dr. Swamy, by some people on Twitter, and I've also validated it. Puri's daughter, apparently, allegedly, I don't know the details of it. Allegedly, I have the details because Unlike India, she has raised somewhere at about $28 million, but her fund, which she was managing at that point in time, was valued about $110 million. She had so many assets under management, which is small fund, but fundamentally is a. But the main important, I just want to share the screen. I just tell you why I'm doing this, Dr. Swamy. Just bear with me. I want to share a piece. I hope viewers can see this. I will try to make it bigger.
But he is more comfortable with some bureaucrat, ex-bureaucrat, somebody from the foreign service, somebody foreign secretary, or some ex-IAS officers and these type of people. So his ministers are many, unlike many previous cabinets of other prime ministers. Modi is heavily dependent on these bureaucrat or ex-bureaucrats or ex-diplomats. Why you think he is adopting this type of power politics in India, while BJP has lot of talent and senior leaders within the party, but Modi is more comfortable with having these type of people? Your take on this, Dr. Swamy?
Well, I give you a short answer. You can see this Modi mentality from Gujarat itself, where he knocked out all the really good thing. In fact, many of them got killed. Haran Pandya got killed. Even today, there's no solution. Everybody knows how he was killed. Who was also killed, who was examining the process of killing. It was a matter which the courts had taken. The judge was killed, and none of this has been examined. So yeah, we are all responsible, because all of us was rooting for Modi. I've known Modi since 1971. He used to come and pick up my luggage. And later on, when I found out the truth about him, I couldn't believe it, because he was a totally different person when I knew him then. But women have been killed or run away in Gujarat. We have been turning a blind eye. So this is not a very big surprise to anybody. I would say that instead of just the Hardeep Puri issue and try to put the blame, the man who was doing it to please his master was back in Israel. In Israel, he went. Give us more evidence, and we will have to have more Gyan Gangas here for the people to know, because there's a lot of interest now in the people on this, judging by my experience, and therefore we should take this as a very, 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 very serious threat to India's democracy and morality.
So, Dr. Swamy, I have one other question.
Thank you, Dr. Swamy.
Go ahead, Jagdish.
No.
Yes.
No, Rameshji, go on, because I want Arvind to come in and give his comments in Hindi.
Okay. So
Rameshji,
one more thing, Dr. Swamy. There is an email exchange back and forth between Epstein and somebody. We don't know who. It says Modi is sending someone to see me.
Yeah.
This is Epstein telling somebody, Modi is sending someone to see me.
Yeah.
If you are the prime minister of a country and you know that you are dealing with a convicted sex offender, why would you send someone to meet him? One. And this is right after, this is the day, just next day after getting elected for the second time. This is in 2019.
Yes.
Modi is sending someone to see me on Thursday. And it says, as proof of Manchurian. Who is this Manchurian candidate, Dr. Swamy? Who went with 2 pens in his pocket? We don't know. So why would Modi do this? Why would Modi send a messenger or Manchurian candidate, whatnot? Who is this Manchurian candidate who's betraying both sides or playing both sides? We don't know. To prove, so there is somebody very powerful. Because if Modi is sending a confidant or somebody close to him to go talk to Epstein about some matter, it's not going to be some altu-faltu guy, some peon or somebody in one department. So Modi is directly put his hand into this, knowing that he is dealing with a sex offender. Why is he doing this, Dr. Swamy?
Well, the short answer
That
before
Modi has to answer and be accountable for. Don't you think so?
yes, but it's obvious. If he is he's guilty, he's going to be much as he can to put it all off. So that's why he is doing like this. You see, he would ultimately probably try to say it was all done by Hardeep Puri or XYZ. But
No.
the fact of the matter is that from day one, people who recognize Modi's predilections for women, and it's not that we are talking about international prostitutes coming in. We are talking about people in India who unwillingly were subject by Modi and had to run away from the country, like Mansi Soni, and there are others. There are plenty of it. So this is a matter on which I think the country has to clean up the society. Otherwise, we'll be doomed. We'll be like one of those Mughal types who ultimately ruined the country, and all our economic development, everything had gone to dogs, and we had to do it all over again with a new set of moral people like Gandhi and Sardar Patel and Subhash Chandra Bose and others, who gave India a new hope of morality to come to our country.
Dr. Swamy, one more last thing, Jagdishji. All these ministers who claim
Ramesh.
No, last question, Jagdishji, last one. All these ministers claim that I am for India, greatness of India, make in India, grow India. Why are most of these ministers' children living in America, Dr. Swamy? Who claim that they are so nationalist, they are so pro-Modi, they want everything to happen in India. Even Hardeep Puri's both daughters live in America, in New York City, raising money like crazy, left, right, and center for whatever they work on. It's fine. It's their job. They can do whatever they want. But don't preach to the people that you have to stay in India and make money. Do the same thing. Whatever happens, do show by example. The hypocrisy is just disgusting, Dr. Swamy. Arvindji, please go ahead. Now it's your turn.
Arvind, you are muted.
Am I audible now?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. Okay. Now I could not join earlier because of some technical problem. I missed maybe in the beginning. But what I first want to comment before I make my observation is that what Dr. Swamy has said about the revelations. Now, every day, all over the world, this Epstein files is being discussed in UK, in Slovakia, in Norway, and in France. Many people who had public office have been forced to resign. ये इतना बदनामी वाला धंधा एप्स्टीन के साथ था कि ऐसे जो इन देशों में लोग जुड़े हुए थे उनको इस्तीफा देना पड़ा. भारत में जैसे डॉक्टर स्वामी ने कहा कि गोदी मीडिया इस बात को उठा नहीं रहा है, दबा रहा है. अगर मोदी जी बिल्कुल पाक साफ हैं, यदि हरदीप पुरी जी बिल्कुल पाक साफ हैं, यदि अनिल अंबानी जी जो अनिल अंबानी जी जो एप्स्टीन फाइल में आ रहे हैं एज ए रिप्रेजेंटेटिव ऑफ मोदी, एज ए डिप्लोमेटिक रिप्रेजेंटेटिव ऑफ मोदी, अनिल अंबानी एज ए बिजनेसमैन नहीं गए वहां पे। हरदीप पुरी जी जरूर हॉफमैन से बात करने गए बिजनेस के लिए, लेकिन अनिल अंबानी गए एज ए रिप्रेजेंटेटिव ऑफ मोदी फॉर डिप्लोमेसी। नाउ क्वेश्चन इज व्हाई गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया, भारत सरकार ये पूरे मामले पे एक व्हाइट पेपर क्यों रिलीज नहीं कर रही? क्योंकि जब व्हाइट पेपर रिलीज करेगी तो दूध का दूध पानी का पानी हो जाएगा, और उनके पास ये कुछ भी कहने को नहीं होगा कि दुनिया हमारे ऊपर आरोप लगा रही है। अगर आरोप झूठे हैं तो आप साबित करो कि आरोप झूठे हैं, पहली बात। दूसरी बात, हरदीप पुरी जी ने शब्द इस्तेमाल किया कि मैं जब भी उनसे मिला एप्स्टीन से तो मैं प्रोफेशनल रूप में मिला। किसका प्रोफेशन? सबको पता है एप्स्टीन का प्रोफेशन क्या था। तो ये हरदीप पुरी का प्रोफेशन की बात हो रही है या एप्स्टीन के प्रोफेशन की बात हो रही है? और तीसरी जो अनिल अंबानी के बारे में जो भी आया कि उन्होंने किसी खास महिला की बात की थी, लोग कह रहे नहीं वो तो सिर्फ मजाक की बात थी। मैं कहता हूं ठीक है, मजाक की बात थी। तो भारत सरकार इस पर, व्हाई गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया इज नॉट कमिंग क्लीन? इट इज टाइम टू पुट everything in black and white, and therefore it is important for government of India। हम तो सरकार से मांग करते हैं इस प्रोग्राम के माध्यम से कि यदि हरदीप पुरी का कोई भूमिका गलत नहीं है, यदि अनिल अंबानी की भारतीय प्रधानमंत्री के प्रतिनिधि के रूप में कोई भूमिका गलत नहीं है, रवि मांथा जिनका नाम आया है, रवि मांथा एक फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशन चलाते हैं, बात करते हैं, उन्होंने मोदी जी की एक पुस्तक का अनुवाद भी किया है, रवि मांथा जी ने, उनका नाम भी आया है। तो जिन लोगों का नाम इसमें आया है उन सभी लोगों के नाम के साथ, और अभी तक तो जितना रिलीज हुआ है, जैसे डॉक्टर स्वामी ने शुरू में कहा कि आने वाले दिनों में ज्यादा से ज्यादा कागज और सामने आने वाले हैं, इसलिए भारत सरकार को चाहिए, और हम इस कार्यक्रम के माध्यम से भारत सरकार से मांग करते हैं कि इस बदनाम व्यक्ति जिसकी मौत हो चुकी है, इस बदनाम व्यक्ति से जिन भारतीय लोगों के संबंध थे जो उच्च पदों पर बैठे हुए थे, उन उच्च पदों पर बैठे हुए व्यक्तियों से जो मुलाकातें उनकी हुई हैं, उसके बारे में एक श्वेत पत्र प्रकाशित किया जाए। ए व्हाइट पेपर शुड कम आउट फ्रॉम द गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया दैट विल ओनली पुट ए कैप ऑन द rumors and discussions which are not true. Therefore, it is duty of the government of India to reveal everything right.
Thank you, Arvind. Ramesh ji, you had some question. We are already 40 minutes
So,
into the program. Ramesh, your
what
question.
Arvind ji today revealed, Jagdish ji, there is one email, okay, that talks about a person who worked in Fidelity very close to Modi. There is one
Correct.
email about that, and that person is none other than this Ravi Mantha.
Ravi Mantha, yes.
We have an email for that, Dr. Swamy.
And he was officially, Ramesh, he was officially advisor for Prime Minister Modi in 2014.
And he has met Epstein multiple times.
Yes.
Dr. Swamy, this is beyond stinking, Dr. Swamy. This Modi was well aware that he's meeting a convicted felon, a convicted sex offender, continuously engaged people around him to go engage with Epstein to what ends, Dr. Swamy? Even if it is purely for diplomacy, why do you have to deal with a convicted sex offender, a pedophile? Sex offender is not in terms of adult, all minor children. It is a shameful act. Obviously, as Arvind said, Godi mein to kuch karne wala nahi hai. They are just going to harp around, they move around. Even the small media around the people, around not even smaller media try to cover it. Unko to dabate hain, dhamki dete hain, arrest kar dete hain. So all these things happen. That's exactly what, and any, Dr. Swamy, I think we are the only voice who are bold enough to show things with facts. There are others who are showing it. You know, they are slowly based on, encouraged on some kind of a thing that at least VHS is setting the standard. There are people who are taking up and says, hey, we can also start talking about facts and not just do chamcha to Modi and just do Modi bhajan. Bottom line, Dr. Swamy, Modi's inaction has to stop. First thing he has to do is fire Hardip Puri. Second, he has to make a statement in the parliament, or as Arvindji said, white paper. What was his relations? What did he engage Epstein for? It has to come out, Dr. Swamy. He dealt with a criminal, which means all his actions are tainted by that criminal, convicted pedophile, Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah. I would also add that when the present foreign minister of India, you know who I'm talking about, he was the ambassador of India in
Jaishankar.
Jaishankar. I don't want to use the Shankar name by spoiling it. You see, he should be devoid of that name. Anyway, he was our minister, our head in China,
Ambassador.
and Modi and he. Modi was then foreign minister of the of Gujarat. He had gone 10 times in 9 years to China at the invitation of this man. What did they do? There's not a single discussion with the Chinese authorities. And he stayed there and came back. Now, this malaise has started much earlier. And we in India are very, no, don't get into this. This is, don't. Yeah, all kinds of things. This is the first thing that should be decided for politicians. Are you faithful to your wife and staying within the format of morality, or you say, no, this is my business? So many things have to come out of this. So what we are doing today is not merely an expose of Mr. Modi and his associates, but we think that this will lead to a purity of Indian society itself.
So, Dr. Swamy,
डॉक्टर स्वामी मैं एक बात कह दूं, इस कार्यक्रम में जब हम नैतिकता की बात कर रहे हैं तो ये बड़े दुख के साथ कहना पड़ता है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी जो स्वच्छता की बात करती है, पब्लिक लाइफ में स्वच्छता की बात करती है, एक नेता थे जिन्होंने एक विवाहित महिला को अपने साथ रखा, एक नेता थे जिन्होंने अपनी विवाहिता पत्नी को छोड़ दिया, एक नेता थे जिन्होंने अपनी बहन से शादी कर ली, एक नेता किस तरह के भारतीय जनता पार्टी के नेताओं की बात करें जब स्वच्छता की और नैतिकता की बात आती है? तो सर नैतिकता तो आप छोड़ दीजिए, ये उनका व्यक्तिगत मामला है, लेकिन जहां पर देश का प्रश्न आ रहा है वहां तो कम से कम इनको स्वच्छ होना चाहिए, वहां तो कम से कम इनको पूरा रिवील करना चाहिए, बात साफ जनता के सामने रखनी चाहिए.
Dr. Swamy, this is the one that thanks to Arvindji, that this is the email, somebody, Gino Yu, he's an investor based in Singapore, writes to Jeffrey Epstein. Previously, he managed Fidelity's developing market fund, also worked with Modi. This is none other than Ravi Manta.
Yes.
This is in 2017 of January. This is none other than Ravi Manta. Thank you, Arvindji, but this is none other than Ravi Manta. Why is Modi engaging so many people to circle around Epstein? Hardeep Puri, then he is engaging a few other, the foreign minister of Mongolia. I don't know where this guy, what is his desperation to involve Jeffrey Epstein in all matters like this, Dr. Swamy? It is shocking. It is high time that Modi takes responsibility for what, come clean, as Arvindji said, saaf keh dijiye, what has happened. This is what has happened, and apologize to the nation that you dealt with a convicted pedophile and a sex offender. He should apologize to the country. There was even one woman based in India who was affected. Why can he not apologize to that one girl who was sex trafficked? Come upon. All I'm saying is do that and fire Hardeep Puri for doing this and putting him into a predicament like this. But for Hardeep Puri, why would Modi meet Jeffrey Epstein? Right? All said and done, just because it's not professional.
And in Delhi, on top of that.
And meeting him in Prime Minister in his office, which is ridiculous. Jeffrey Epstein met Modi in his own office or house. We don't know. Why is that not getting out? The most frustrating part for me is, Dr. Swamy, is the opposition. Why can't they just get together, a bunch of clowns and morons who can't come together and come up with a decent voice? They have enough people who are eloquent. There is people like Sybil. There are people like, enough people who can talk about these things because they're all legal luminaries. They can bring the right thing out. But no, the family wants to put this Buddhu in front, the guy who can't even think beyond his, he has no brains. Hey, we have Buddhu and he just talks and blabbers and he creates nonsense. He just goes around the country. It's just shame.
He has the same problem because he went to Amethi and
yes. एक समाजवादी पार्टी के विधायक ने इस मामले को कोर्ट तक लेके भी गए थे और उन्होंने पूछा था कि वो एक मैं नाम नहीं लेना चाहता इस समय, वो कन्या बालिका कहाँ पे है, उसका क्या हुआ, कोई उसके बारे में बात नहीं करना चाहता। ये देश का दुर्भाग्य है रमेश जी कि हमारे विपक्ष में कांग्रेस जैसी पार्टी है जिसका नेता एक तरह से नकारा कह सकते हैं हम, बहुत ही मृदु शब्दों में, इससे ज्यादा कुछ कठोर शब्द का इस्तेमाल करने की जरूरत नहीं है। और यही भारतीय जनता पार्टी का सौभाग्य है कि उनका विपक्ष इतना कमजोर है ताकि मोदी जी सरवाइव कर रहे हैं इस तरह के काम के साथ साथ।
ये वॉशिंग मशीन है ना बीजेपी का। तो ब्रिजभूषण कह रहा था कल, हाँ मैं किसी को टोक दिया तो क्या है, वो मुझे टोकने के लिए कोशिश कर रहा था, मैं वो उसको टोक दिया। He's just openly saying. I mean, it is shocking that this country is just some kind of a, and the most important part is people who are really good speakers, luminaries, who can talk decently, who have the brains in Congress party, are not allowed to speak. It's only jokers, because they don't want to expose Buddhu is already Buddhu. They don't want to make him even more a Buddhu, because if Sybil speaks or somebody else speaks, right? Singhvi speaks. They are all smart people. They can speak to all of these topics very sensibly, but they will not allow it. Why is still Abhishek Manu Singhvi or Sybil not allowed to talk on this Epstein files for the Congress? They would make a better case.
It has not been taken up in Parliament at all. I can't believe this.
No, Dr. Swamy, even if they try to say something, the BJP garouse something or the other. And of all nonsense, they said Modi did not come to Parliament one day to thank the president because he was fearing that some Congress or opposition MPs would attack him physically.
Women MPs.
The most guarded man in the country, who even a mosquito cannot come near him. He's fearing a bunch of women who exercise a constitutional right to protest against him, but he's afraid that they will physically harm him. Then what about all the men in BJP who are sitting with Modi? What they are? If a few women can come and attack Modi, what about all the men around Modi? What about the biggest Balwan there, Amit Shah? Can he not defend Modi? What a shameful act. And this Godi media is thinking that, oh, what Modi did was right, and he did not come to Parliament. It is justified because he was afraid that he will be attacked by women. What about all the men?
Inside Parliament with so many guys.
And the speaker is justifying this. And the shameless speaker is justifying this. On video. It is horrible. Is this
and Godi media is promoting this.
Godi media is promoting whatever the speaker said. Hey, you are the speaker of the house. You're supposed to be balanced and by what you have to do. Call the marshals of the parliament and say, okay, marshals, you stand in front of body. Don't allow anybody. Isn't this basic common sense? Doesn't the speaker know that he has marshals at his disposal? What nonsense. And this Godi media thinks that it is final, and India, all his Andhbhat supporters think that it is correct. Modi would have been attacked. What Modi would have been attacked? Nonsensical to the core. Anyway, as you said, Dr. Swamy, he has to be held accountable. By whom, Dr. Swamy? Who is to build the cat? Who is going to make him accountable? Nobody. Literally nobody is in the opposition or anywhere else, even in the media, is not questioning Modi. Leave alone
and his own party, also.
His party. And leave alone the courts. I have absolutely no faith in the courts that they're going to hold this thing accountable at all in any sense. Yes, sir. We can conclude. Jagdish, we can conclude. Sorry about the rant, because at the end of the day, it is for, as even though I'm not, I mean, I don't care, but I am asked these questions. What, isn't this shameful that why is this happening? Why would your prime minister deal with a convicted felon? That was the question that was asked of me. So how do I answer?
Yeah, correct. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, the time has come to put things straight. I mean, even if Prime Minister Modi, his cabinet colleagues, whosoever is involved and whosoever's name has appeared in Epstein files, or his other colleagues from business and from other areas, if anybody's name has come, let that name be cleared by official statement in the form of a white paper. This is what is required to put the things at rest. Otherwise, जिस तरह पूरे दुनिया में इस प्रकार की रूमर्स चल रही हैं, रूमर्स, और जिसको रूमर कहते हैं, कुछ उसमें आधी सच्ची बात है, आधी सच्ची नहीं भी हो सकती, लेकिन सरकार को चाहिए कि इन पे विराम लगे और देश में इस प्रकार की चर्चा ना हो। और विदेशों में, जैसे अमेरिका के राष्ट्रपति डोनाल्ड ट्रंप कहते हैं कि मैं प्रधानमंत्री मोदी का कैरियर खराब नहीं करना चाहता।
हाँ।
इस बात के पीछे क्या है? इस बात के पीछे क्या है? क्या उन डोनाल्ड ट्रंप के पास है जो मोदी का कैरियर खराब कर सकता है? कोई ये सवाल नहीं पूछ रहा। मोदी has said this time and again, and why has he said this? There must be something, and the government of India needs to clear this whole thing. And every time the decisions are taken by Donald Trump for India, even for the trade deal, he had announced it, not Modi. He said Russia, India will not import oil from Russia. Who is he to announce it? But he does it, and India government does not respond. Why? There must be something to hide.
Yes, sir.
We have imported rice and wheat and all from America.
Right.
Because, I mean, how can you, when you've got plenty of it in your own country, and by having so much wheat and rice, the price will come down and poor farmers will be all dead.
Correct. Correct. I think we can have a discussion on trade deal because there are so many negative aspects of that for Indian.
One point, Arvindji. Dr. Swamy, this Bill Gates, a depraved man, totally all over with photos with women in Epstein files, was invited by Modi to give a keynote address at the AI summit that just happened in Delhi. Absolutely shameful. This is nonsensical that the government of India invited Bill Gates to do a keynote address. He ran away. He did not want to come because this Epstein file flared up. Does the government of India officials have any brains? Who forced them? Who forced the organizers to have Bill Gates come in? There is some other power, right? Exactly a week ago, Bill Gates meets
no officer would invite him unless the Prime Minister asks.
Absolutely, you're right. Absolutely right. I think every chief minister or any minister in India should distance themselves from this Bill Gates. He's a pedophile. He's a sex offender. People should just reject him. He's trying to push medications, which again, I can talk another half an hour about what he's trying to push his own vaccines on poor women in India, which we don't need. He's pushing some vaccines that are not required. Nonsensical. He's just throwing people and putting women at risk in India. He wants to depopulate the world. That is his agenda, Dr. Swamy. He wants to depopulate the world. That is his agenda. So he wants to give HPV vaccines to women. But anyway, besides the point. But why are we even dealing with such a guy? No government should deal with Bill Gates. That's my point. He is also an equivalent sex offender. Yes. His wife himself acknowledged that and kicked him out.
Yes, that's
what
right.
more do you need? Arvindji, conclude. Sorry. I mean, I just want to...
Okay. I think this topic is so important that in 20 days we had to do a second program. We did the first episode on this topic on 1st of February. And we had other information, and we thought the importance from the public views perspective, government of India should also clarify all the names which have come so far. And as Dr. Swamy said, in coming days, more files may come out in the open and more names may be revealed. Therefore, it is much more important for Government of India to be clear of the perspective so that nobody can blackmail any office bearer of this country, not only the minister or prime minister or any other office bearer. Nobody should be in the whole world should be able to say something which is negative. And therefore, it is more important for Government of India to come clean, as we had said earlier, as I had said earlier, that let Government of India come out with a white paper and reveal everything that has come so far. And thank you very much, Dr. Swamy. You know US much more than anybody else in India. And Ramesh Swamy, who is himself from the United States, and he has been contributing on this. Even in the last episode on 1st of February, he had revealed many papers. And even today, thank you, Ramesh, for that. जगदीश शेट्टी जी, धन्यवाद आपको इस कार्यक्रम को सुचारू रूप से संचालित करने के लिए। और हमने जो 4 महीने के लिए इसमें विराम लगाया था, जब से हमने दोबारा कार्यक्रम शुरू किया है, लोग हमसे फिर लगातार उसी रूप में जुड़ रहे हैं जिस तरह अगस्त के पहले जुड़ते थे। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। हमारी टेक्निकल टीम जो आशीष शेट्टी जिसका नेतृत्व करते हैं, उनको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। स्वामीनाथन जी, तेजस नवलगोल, Gadgi Rakesh, Ishwar Iyer, Ajesh Nair, and Gurdat Shetty. Thank you very much. We'll be meeting again next Sunday and thereafter every other Sunday as well, 8 p.m. Indian Standard Time with a new topic and Dr. Subramanian Swamy. Thank you, viewers, for watching us. Next Sunday, we meet. Till then, Namaskar. Jai Hind.